Hi, I'm Glenn Gillum, the new operations manager for Russell Fishing Company. My 20 years of experience fishing and touring the Kenai Peninsula has given me great insight into the abundance of activities available. But first, let's talk about Russell Fishing and its founder, Dustin Russell. At the age of 16, Dustin got his first guide licenses in Oregon, Washington, and California, and began guiding the rivers he has become so accustomed to as a child and teenager. Mature beyond his years and with unparalleled fishing talent, probably inherited from generations of family guides and fishermen, Dustin bought a drift boat in 1999 and started his first trek to Alaska. In no time, Dustin had gained some notoriety as the Kid and started building his current business, Russell Fishing Company, which operates year-round in Alaska and throughout the Northwest. After several years of steady growth, Russell now owns and operates 3 powerboats and 3 drift boats and employs 5 additional fully licensed guides to fish the Kenai Peninsula. More impressive is that Dustin owns his own 28-foot saltwater fishing machine, the Badger, and personally operates charters from Anchor Point, Seward, and Homer. A new evolution is taking place for 2012. Russell Fishing will focus on being a full-service outfitter, using all their resources and manpower, along with top-of-the-line equipment, and offering the finest in lodging, fishing, sightseeing, meals, and amenities. The Kenai Peninsula is, in fact, the home of the famous world record-holding Kenai River and the halibut capital of the world, Homer. But it is much more than that. It is a summer vacation wonderland, offering an Alaska experience that will be forever etched in your memory. Uniquely, Russell will offer first-class lodging, using a variety of 3 locations and venues, customized to your needs and your budget. Packages including salt and freshwater fishing, sightseeing, clamming, fly-out excursions and cruises, hiking, or simply relaxing will be available at all 3. All packages will also include rain gear, boots, conventional and fly fishing tackle, fish processing, satellite TV, and Wi-Fi. An all-inclusive meals package featuring exquisite dinners, fishermen's lunches, and hearty breakfasts will be included at Alaska Hooksetters and Crooked Creek. Blue Jay's cabin guests will have the opportunity to create their own food choices and cook in the fully equipped modern kitchen. Alaska Hooksetters sits high above the Kenai River, minutes from some of the finest salmon and trout fishing in the world. Its large main lodge can accommodate 4 guests in the lap of luxury, with access to its wraparound deck or 2 family rooms. The 4 Hooksetters cabins range in size from 2 beds to 4, all with full baths, refrigerators, and porches facing the fire pit that will be fully covered for 2012. 2 ecology-minded yurts serve as a gourmet kitchen and family-style dining hall. Alaska Hooksetters is the perfect place for those of you who want an opportunity to have access to a luxury lodge while enjoying a private cabin. Crooked Creek Retreat is located on the shore of Crooked Creek, a tributary of the Kasilof River in the lucky little town of Kasilof, population 777. This 8,500 square foot lodge with every imaginable amenity is at your disposal. Take a walk and picnic by the creek, stroll through the evergreens and stop for a nap in one of the hammocks, or sit on one of the porches or decks and enjoy the endless days Alaska's summers provide. Located 15 miles from the nearest town of Soldotna, Crooked Creek offers a more remote experience. Drive just a couple minutes and enjoy the solitude of the drift boat-only Kasilof River and the abundant salmon this less crowded fishery has to offer. Access to the famous Kenai is also a short drive away, and Crooked Creek is closer to the halibut grounds than most peninsula resorts. Blue Jay's cabin is perfect for a group of fishing buddies or a family who would rather have their meals on their own, saving money, but not giving up the feel of luxury accommodations. Jay's 2-story cabin has 3 bedrooms and a loft, with 6 beds and 2 full baths. A beautifully decorated family room is furnished with oversized leather furniture and has a spectacular stone fireplace. The large kitchen is equipped with every appliance, utensil, and cutlery necessary to have your own gourmet meal or just a quick snack. A barbecue sits under the huge second-story deck, and an outdoor fire pit is a great place to tell fish stories. There's also a washer and dryer for your convenience. Right down the road from Hooksetters, Jay's is a great lodging alternative. Fishing and adventure packages are of course the focal point of your trip. In spring and early summer, fish for kings in the Kasilof and Kenai, halibut and other bottom fish in the Salt, and steelhead, dolly varden, and rainbow trout in many local rivers and streams. In July, the king runs peak, and the trout begin gorging on eggs and flesh from the enormous sockeye runs that are catchable from the bank. In August and September, the silvers replace the kings as primary target for salmon, and trout and halibut fishing remains strong. Of course, in September, the crowds are gone. For the novice or part-time fisherman, there are many other activities. The Kenai area has huge tides that create magnificent, soft sand beaches, with views of the snow-covered mountain ranges and their active volcanoes. A side trip to the spectacular Homer Spit or the fjords in Seward for kayaking, canoeing, whale watching, glacier viewing, or simply visiting the local hangouts and sites. Flyouts are also available, and in no time you are whisked away in a float plane through the mountains and glaciers into remote lakes and rivers. Let's not forget the incredible wildlife, flora, and fauna. Moose are literally everywhere, and many times in the backyard with their newborn calves. Eagles soar the rivers and streams with dozens perching waiting for dinner. Caribou dot the pastures right along the river's roadside banks. Grizzly and black bears and their cubs are seen along the banks of the rivers, feeding on salmon, close enough for great photos while your guide stands by, keeping you out of harm's way. Families of ducks and huge loons and other water-loving birds inhabit the peninsula's lakes and rivers. Wildflowers bloom in spring and seem to arise overnight. Fireweed and its vibrant leaves and flowers dominate the landscape as late summer sets in. The 20 hours plus of daylight give every visitor time to enjoy it all. Please consider this introduction as your invitation from Dustin, Jessica, Brad, and Max to visit Alaska with Russell Fishing this year and have an experience that you'll never forget.